okay, when several of us heard about this hackathon idea, we were a little concerned that we might have a bunch of developers coming in and be disappointed with what they find. But then I sort of got the idea that, well, maybe a miracle will happen and it'll be a good thing anyway. And then I started working on a few things. And so this is where we're at right now. Ian and Rao, I guess, started this hackathon page. And then I was working on a moment. So like I used to work with Joshi on developer materials and stuff like that. And I started rethinking some of that stuff. And I was working on this and that and the other thing. And before I knew it, it started to look like we might have kind of a RChain SDK, software developer kit, or a curriculum. And I thought, well, it should start with an engaging web page, and rolling.github.io is kind of engaging, but I didn't manage to put all of my stuff in there for who knows what reason, but most of it's here. So I'll show you which parts are there and which parts are not or whatever. So this is the pull request where Ian and I figured that stuff out. And I would love it if we would replace this page or, radically update that page. That's kind of my medium long-term goal. Say again?
So I'm with you on that.
Right. Okay. So there are some really great architecture talks. So what sets RChain apart is, this, why did it get all blurry? There we go. DB 173, where Greg went through it, is really gold. So that one's featured right at the top. And then, so some people don't want a video. They just want to say, how do I get started? Where's the hello world example, right? And so I think the hello world example should be basically the Swagger Open API thing, which is not quite in place, but let me show you what's supposed to happen. What's supposed to happen is you take this thing and we Swagger UI, is that what it's called? This thing, try live demo. Do what? Oh, I have to put the raw version. Right, okay. Time check, 12:42. So this is the Swagger is a way that web developers know how to do stuff. And this is the web API to our node when rendered in that thing. And what you can do is go, okay, blocks. Okay, I don't care about documentation. I just do documentation like video games. How do I play? Try it out. Execute. There we go. That was a real call to the node, and then there's your bytes. Okay, there's hello world RChain. Okay, and you can say, all right, I can get more blocks, but I'm not all that interested there. I could get, okay, I want to deploy ID. All right, so I'm going to grab, isn't there a deploy? Oh, here we go. No, that's how can there be a block with no deploys? Am I confused? Oh, maybe that's, oh, you have to get the detailed information about a block. Okay, blocks. Hash. Maybe I got these in the wrong order slightly. Try it out, put the hash in there, blammo. Deploys, then I can grab the deploy ID, go up here, stick that in here, try it out, deploy ID, blammo. There we go. So I can continue to explore the blockchain. Or I can go down here and run some dang Rolang. Try it out. There's the example. Put that in here. Execute. Blah, 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 2. Very expensive calculator. But it works. That actually went to the blockchain and did an exploratory deploy and stuff like that. And then there's a bunch of details. So that's what I think Hello World should be pretty much. There's a Rolang cheat sheet, which many people have seen, VS Code extension, blah, blah, blah. So that's the, I'm a developer, I'm ready to get started. I care enough about this stuff that I just want to know it. Some people aren't there yet. So RChain in depth. There's this cool stuff, but I think one of the most approachable explanations of it is Greg in Boulder talking about the row VM. Anybody who hasn't watched that, it's definitely worth your time. It shows you that the row VM has 3 instructions. It's pretty cool. It's another kind of thing that you can fit on front side of one page. Then if you want to be a RNode core Scala dev, you should spin your propeller pretty hard. And here's the registration process. Okay, so that's not really okay, so architecture talks, Swagger, interactive form.
The voting explanation definitely has a place there. The one we recorded before this today.
Yeah, I haven't, that's, building a DApp or something. I've thought about it maybe down here or something. So there's a few different, right. Some stuff about how do I fire up my own local node because maybe I don't want to send everything to testnet on my first draft. And then contributing to RNode is the, that's this part, RNode core Scala development. Maybe it should be called contributing to, anyway. And then we get stuff that I'm less particularly interested in. But the high level point here is some of these involve a little bit of polish. Like I hope that you can see that this thing just needs someplace to stick it in the web. And then it'll be all set like this. And so for a few hours work, we'll have, a respectable curriculum and software development kit that maybe I wouldn't be embarrassed to have people in the hackathon see. And there's a sort of mad scientist version of this, which is this project board. And this is where you can sign up and say, I'll take that issue. So that's pretty much my brain dump.
Dan, I'm kind of wishing this was the debrief with a bigger audience.
Well, feel free to point them to the recording and abstract the discussion. I do have to run to my next meeting though.
Okay, Jim, you're putting those links up to YouTube?
Yes, I am.
Hey, Jim, would I be able to grab the recording and kind of do like kind of more of an edit and turn it into a blog entry and stuff?
Sure. I mean, you might as well just download them off YouTube, right? No?
Yeah, I guess I'll just grab it that way. Okay.
And very good. Yeah, I think maybe some getting started for JavaScript developers and Python developers might be good there.
Yeah, so the getting started for JavaScript developers, I'm certainly welcome help on that, but I've got some momentum on that. The Python developer thing that's this one right here. That one's to do. It's not in progress.
I think I was supposed to look at that. Can you assign me?
Okay, let's see if I can do that. No, I'm not. I don't have the sufficient powers here. Ian is the person on the call who can do that, I think. Although I don't think he can assign it to you because I doubt you're, anyway, whatever. You can just say, I'll do this, and you can write a comment.
On 47. RChain.
Is that a fair statement, Jim?
Yeah,
interested?
I mean, I'm definitely not an expert on it, but I just wanted to learn it better. I do.
And one of the ways, of course, that you can help is get people together on one of your sessions and get them to do it together.
Yeah, that certainly would be ideal. I mean, right now we have plenty, we're working on getting the voting out before the meeting.
Yeah. Oh, Theo, I believe you know a little bit about Python.
Yeah, what was the issue?
Well,
Just
part-
documenting the API.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you're a Python developer and this is your first exposure to RChain. Does this tell you everything you want to know? Maybe, yes, no, I don't know.
Probably not, but I figured it out without documentation.
Okay, so
That's how I used to roll.
yeah, now you're more of a rock star than the average, but maybe we're cool. Maybe this is, it's good enough.
Well, if I can do the examples and they work, then we're good enough.
Yeah, I didn't have any trouble, so we could just say we win. Shall I? Well, I guess I didn't open the issue, so let's see.
Well, how soon has anybody tried those examples? How are they still good? I mean, when were they last updated? I guess it's up.
So, if and this is in PyPy, I believe, which is Python, where Python developers will look. So if you look for RChain here,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you find lots of things.
Yeah.
And it's not at the top. But it is the newest one. Yeah, it's got examples that are pretty, oh, that sucks. But this URL, how do you get to this homepage? And then if I want to look at the example, now I win, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had wanted to look into it because we could use this for the Zulap governance bot work, which is in Python right now.
Django Rolang editor app used for.
What is that?
Never heard of this. Oh, man, Will's been doing all kinds of stuff. Oh, he did the ACE editor. This is try Linux. This is try Rolang. Oh, awesome.
And the Zulap is Django. Right?
Yep.
Framework.
Yeah, so we just got to find all the golden nuggets that people have already done and polish them slightly. Or, just be aware of them when the hackathon people say, oh, how do I do X? Be able to find them quickly, when they show up. All right, I'm off. Have fun, folks.
Hey, thanks so much, Dan. I'm going to jump off and start that debrief.
Hi, guys.